Evening.
Hey, Coach, over here, Jarvis Greer, WMC Memphis. Before the game even started, as soon as you walked on the floor out of the locker room, all the fans stood and gave you a standing ovation. Did you feel a little affirmation for that?
I don't know if it was affirmation. It was just an honor. I felt like the city's been so good to me and my wife. And, for them to do that in a playoff game in my first year, it just was really, it was pretty cool. I don't take those moments for granted. But it was hard. I had to lock back in because it was time, but it was pretty awesome. And tell them I want to say thank you to the fans.
Fizz, over here, Peter Edmiston, Sports 56. The lineup switch from the get-go was a little rough in the first quarter, but really paid dividends in that second half. How did you feel like the Zebo switch did?
Zebo was fantastic. I mean, I said it in the interview in the third quarter. It just matters so much to him, and the guy's been through so much this year personally, and he's made the biggest sacrifices. And whether he's starting for me or coming off the bench, he's just been fantastic, and I'm very happy that I got a chance to coach Zach Randolph.
Dave,
Coach, did you get what you wanted from your bench as well tonight? It looked like young guys came in. And
I just like the way every guy just really tried to fight. They knew that this was a must-win. You go down 3-0 to the Spurs, and it's like, that's a dismal road, and our guys just didn't want to go there, and they really, really brought it tonight, and I was just really proud of the way they responded.
Dave, Sekou Smith, remember?
Yeah,
what's up,
man?
Hey, what kind of conversations did you have with Zebo throughout the course of this year about how he's supposed to handle the role you gave him this year on this team?
Honestly, it was one conversation. Sekou, I promise you. I mean, he might have had a couple days here and there where, probably was like, man, let me start, But he never brought it to me. Maybe my assistants are doing a great job of putting out smoke when they see it, but he just has really taken it all in and just embraced the role. I just don't know if people realize how, awesome a guy is. That's what I don't know if people understand. A guy is just in our community, with his teammates, with his family, on the court, off. It just doesn't matter. He's just such a good spirit, and I just really root for him. Hey, Jeff.
Dave.
Hey, Coach, Lee Smith, new Tri-State defender. Certainly wouldn't expect you to complain after a win, but for much of the game, there was still a disparity in foul calls going the other way.
I ain't going down that road, man. Yeah. Oh, man, that already, I'm begging for my players to pay fines for me and stuff. I don't think that's a good look if I keep going down that road. I was just really happy with the way we competed. I really tried to, once that was done, and I said what I said, I really tried to get our team to move past all of that. Because it's not an out. I didn't want to give them the out either. A lot of it, what I did was to put pressure on our team to step up. Don't leave your coach hanging for popping off. So they really stepped up for me and competed at a high level.
Was there an effort, though, to make the be physical and aggressive to try to...
Well, we had to. I mean, the Spurs were punking us. Let's be real about it. Those first, probably out of the 8 quarters, they just bullied us for like 5.5 of those. And you're not going to beat the Spurs just letting them dictate everything. So we had to match it, otherwise we were going to get pummeled. And so I was just really proud of the way we stepped up and took the challenge.
Jeffrey. Dave, Jeffrey Wright, WMFS. In a season that's kind of been marked by a lot of adversity and kind of seemed like at times anything that could go wrong did go wrong. You get the slow start tonight. What did you see kind of in the midway through the first quarter that it started to turn in your favor?
When I look up there and our horns are locked with the Spurs and it's a close game, that's all you can ask for. I'd never planned on us extending the lead at all. I was already mentally prepared for a real, nail biter, grinder, so I was just coaching every minute of the game. I wasn't really caught up in how slow it was going or whatever. I just know at the end of the quarter it was tied.
Fizz, Mike was lost and frustrated after that first game. What have you seen in him over the last couple games in terms of
Mike Conley?
Yeah, Mike Conley to get his.
The first game it wasn't even that. Like I said, he, I went to him. I said, man, I got to get you loose. And Mike Conley being Mike Conley, he said, no way, coach. He said, I miss 5 right-handed floaters. I don't miss those. And don't you worry about getting me loose. I'll get myself loose. You just make sure the rest of the guys keep believing. And come on, I mean, when your max player is talking to you like this is the guy all year, just no maintenance. He took a lot of pressure off of me that way, so I didn't even think about it. I just told him to keep being aggressive, and he did.
2 things, Coach Jeff Calkins from the Commercial Appeal. You said you went back and looked at Zach in 2011. Were there times tonight when he looked a little bit like that Zach in 2011?
Yeah, I mean, you guys could tell me. I mean, Zach is a player, man. He like when the popcorn's popping, right, and the lights is on. Now, you can come to one of my practices on one of these off days, and he looked like he can't move. I mean, the guy's walking like he's got the most sore toes you've ever seen, and then somehow the lights come on, and the guy's flying around. He got a dunk tonight. I mean, but Zebo's just a great competitor, and I think anybody that plays against him can attest to that, and coaches around the league can all attest. Zebo's one of the great competitors.
The other thing is just, I know you weren't caught up in the scene, but from beginning to end, from the moment you were cheered until the bedlam at the end, did this live up to your expectations of what it was supposed to feel like in this place during the playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, our fans were amazing tonight, and honestly, when I did what I did and said what I said, I did not do it to try to create this. I just was fighting for my guys, and this is Memphis. Memphis gets behind you when you stand up for your brother and for your city, and that's all I was doing, is I was fighting for respect. And I think our guys really took it to heart that I stepped up for them, and they stepped back up for me, and that's really what it's all about.
Essentially, Fizz, going into the second half of the last game and this one, you guys have committed 7 turnovers in 6 quarters and forced 24. What's happened on both ends to switch the turnover situation?
I don't know, really. I just know I'm just challenging our guys to get out of their comfort zone defensively, and you have to when you play the Spurs. They don't give you the option to play comfortable. They just don't. And so the level of competition on the ball, when you guarding LaMarcus or Kawhi in the post, it's got to be raw competition. If they feel like at all you're just going to let them get where they want to go, you can forget about it. Guys are great players. And so I just felt like, the last probably 6 quarters, our guys have really embraced the competition and gotten into the fight.
Teresa Walker, Associated Press. Have you had a moment to enjoy the fact you just posted your first playoff victory as a coach, or is it more the fact that you got this series to 2-1?
That's all I care about. I plan on doing this for a long time. Chris Wallace, I hope you're listening. And so tonight, my wife, before the game, her last text message to me was, "You're going to get your first playoff win tonight." And whenever time she seems to say that, somehow it works out. I wish she could do that more often. But I'm really happy about it. I'm just happy that it's 2-1 and we got a chance to tie the series.